Welcome. This is Chapter 3 of the Love, Unity, Patience Project. This is about the black experience in America. And before I get started, what I want to say, first and foremost, there is no greater issue or challenge facing black America than the level of violence that plagues our communities all across this nation. So we must find a way to address this. Now, having said that, I would just like everyone to understand that this affects all black people all across this nation. The violence that I'm speaking about is not just happening here in Chicago, it's happening everywhere. Perfect example of that, they have a show on television where they showcase murders. And on this particular show, they usually have two murders simultaneously. You know, the show is about the murder and solving the murder. Now, they might have a murder in Dallas, Texas, that they showcase, and they also might be talking about a murder in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Or they might have a murder in, say, Seattle, Washington, and one in St. Louis, Missouri. And what I noticed about this show, there seems to be a lot of black people that they showcase each and every week. My point being that the violence is not only here in Chicago, but it's happening all over America to us as a people. And we really must find a common denominator somehow, some way to address the level of violence that permeates our communities. Today is Saturday, May 11th. And as I can recall, within the last week that I know about, we've had 6 senseless murders that I've heard about. What about where you live? How many have you heard about? How much violence goes on in your communities each and every day? So this is really a plea to everyone to let's try harder to love each other more. Now, having said that, next thing I want to say, as I mentioned when I first started, this is to black people, but it's for humanity. And the reason I say that, to me, there's no greater crime in humanity than what has been done to us as a people, what was set in motion hundreds of years ago. And to this day, we are still living a different type of slavery. We're no longer physical slaves, but the mental slavery that we deal with each and every day in our inner communities. So, having said that, I would like at this time to go to another topic that's near and dear to my heart, in the sense that with the young people. I ride the buses in L.U.P.P every day, and I have an opportunity to speak to a lot of young people. And there are some good kids. You see a lot of good kids out there, but I see far too many kids going to and from school. A lot of them curse. They come on the bus and they are disrespectful to other people. And I'm saying to myself, a lot of these children really don't want to be on this, but they're sort of caught up in the sense that this is a lifestyle that they're living that they're really not comfortable with. And it's an old saying, for lack of knowledge, my people perish. And that's what I'm saying. Example, some time ago, someone referred to these kids down on the corners with their hats different way as terrorists, and said they should round them up and put them all away. Well, I thought to myself, that's exactly the wrong thing to do. These are not terrorists. They're just kids that really don't understand their history. They don't understand why they act the way they do. So again, it's for lack of knowledge. So what we need to do, along with the marches, the speeches, the gun turn-ins, the CAP meetings, and all the good things that so many people do each and every day to make life better for black people, it has not resonated. And the key, as I've been saying, is our history. I feel that we must find a way to incorporate the bad history that we have endured, our ancestors, into our everyday lives, and just inundated the community with history. Decently in order. Understand, this is not about hate. This is about people understanding our history and our journey as a people, and what brought us to this point, why our communities are so different in a negative way than other communities, why there's so much violence, why there's so many assaults, why our kids, black kids, are filling up all the juvenile facilities in the way they act. There's a reason that this is happening, and if we don't talk about it, it won't change, and that's all I'm trying to humbly say. Now, the next topic I'd like to deal with, a habit is something that, a bad habit, is something that you can drop just like you picked it up. And as a result of our history, we have acquired a lot of bad habits that I think that we need to try to work on and change. And one of the worst habits that we as a people, I think, do is call our women as a slang man. I hear this all day as I travel, and it's really, to me personally, it really bothers me. What I'm saying, stop and think about it. Black men, why in the world would you call a lovely, feminine black woman man? Hey man this, hey man that. Come on man, let's go here man. And a better question is, ladies, if a black man addresses you as hey man, or use the word man anyway as he's talking to you, why wouldn't you not say, hold on, do I look like a man to you? I'm a lovely, feminine black woman. I'm not man. There's nothing manly about me. And to put it in another context, black men, think about this. When you and your lady make love, when you're finished, you're going to look at her and say, that sure was good, man. Was it good for you, man? You see my point? It's the subtle erosion of the femininity of black women going on. There's all types of genocide, believe me. And this is a very bad habit that we as a people have picked up we need to try to drop. Understand, because of our history, we all know we have a problem with loving each other. We have to work on that. That's what this is about, more love, unity, and patience. So my point is, we certainly don't want to exacerbate the situation by addressing our lovely feminine women as man. Hey man, man, man. And you keep saying this to a person over and over again. Man, man. She's hearing this all the time. What's up, man? What you doing, man? Let's go, man. Come on, man. This is taken away from the femininity of our women. And ladies, again, when a man addresses you like that, don't accept it. Let him know right away that you are not a man, and he should not address you as a man. Okay? Now, next topic I'd like to quickly touch on is redundancy. And I must say this because someone said, well, you said that in an earlier statement. That may be true, but again, we need some redundancy in our lives as far as our history goes. So you may hear something more than once. And just keep in mind, this is just a way to have you, how can we say this? Keep always mindful of your past and what we need to do to get from point A, needing more love, unity, and patience in our lives, to point B, to having more love, unity, and patience in our lives. It's not going to happen overnight. As I said, this is a process that may take generations, but we must get started on the language, on some curriculum, some strategies put together that we can start being on the same page to talk about more love for one another. I understand there's a lot of good things going on in black communities, but that's not what is showcased or what the media or anyone puts out. It's always the negative and the bad. And sad to say, there's a lot of violence going on with us all over this nation, and along with all the other good things in our being redundant. But again, the marches are great, the speeches, the gun turn-ins, the meetings, the signs, all that's great. But if we can incorporate that with some history, is what I feel is the key to us having more love, unity, and patience for one another down the road. And quickly, I'd like to say something about the kids are really caught up out here in gangs. Only thing I can say to you is your ancestors, and again, I have to point to this slave ship. This is where it started for us. They didn't know anything about any gangs. There were a lot of things put in place for us as a people as we came out of slavery. Slavery ended in 1863, and think about it for a minute. Think about the politicians of the day. Just like you living your life now, these people, black people, lived at that time, and understand the predicament of the United States government. The people who had policy put in place, you know, the politicians and the leaders of that day, they had to sit down and think that we have got to let all these black people go. We have to find a way to control them. So that's where the Jim Crow laws came in. You know, first they segregated you. Then they made all these laws. And understand, these were laws put on the books. You could not vote. You cannot go in certain stores. You cannot ride buses. Certain areas of the city that you cannot be in. All these things were put in place to make you feel inferior and less than human, which is what we are living to this day. Again, this is just opinion of mine, but I really feel the way for us as a people to lessen those horrible statistics of too many murders, the violence that goes on, is our history. If we can just find a way to